Hi guys, and here and welcome back to my Minecraft Survival Let's Play, and we are over here by the windmill because today's episode, this area here, which we initially marked out as wheat fields, I want to get set up, and it's not going to be wheat fields. There may be some wheat fields, but primarily what I would like to do is go and get the two different variants of the cows, pigs and sheep and set up some pens for them over here. So over here we'll have the two cows, the two pigs, the two sheep variants. Maybe get a field of sheep and a pen, a field of the standard chicken, sheep and pigs as well. So I've got all the animal variants down here. We might mix in between some crops as well. And then basically this entire area all the way down here, from where this path comes in, will be those animals, a few crops, all in one place. Need to take up some of this trim as well and put some of the foliage around the edge of it as well, keep it more natural from that point of view. Get the path coming all the way through to meeting up with the windmill, and then what we'll do, we'll finish the decoration off around the windmill here. So we are going to complete this entire area all together. That's the plan. I did mark over this area somewhere. I think there was a sign which says water pump. Yep. I think what I'll do, instead of putting the water pump there, I might just move it over to another part of the river down there. Don't want to do a water pump, something like that, another sort of feature around here. But I think turn this into sort of like agricultural land for the new different types of the passive mobs and also crops would be a better option. But first, we got something else we need to deal with. So let's go back to the house. Right, over here we have got everything we got from the end raiding. We've got the Elytra we found, the 2 sugar boxes and the 12 other sugar shells. So we've got a total of 8 sugar boxes there. And loads of other bits and bobs. A couple of decent pieces of armour. Not so good a sword. And a few decent pickaxes as well. So yeah, not bad at all. We can definitely use some of those and put them to good use. However, this is the one I'm more interested in. Access to this, well, and technically access to these, means I can now give myself access to all the parts, all the bits and bobs I had previously. So let me get some paper and come down here. Some gunpowder. We can make our first rockets, and then we can swap over our armor. We can take our first flight from in this world. There we go, up into the air. Look down on at our house, it's a bit higher. Clouds are in the way there, but everything we built our house around here. And we can fly over the trees. Look at what settlement we've got over here and how that's coming as well. So, my plan is, and I say this with all good intent, I don't want to overuse the Elytra. I still like travelling around on foot around here. I like it when we're on a boat down there and I get to look at seeing the house and the bridge coming to view as you come down the river. That's part of the charm and what I like about here. So I will try and maintain doing that on a regular basis, but I'll use this for some journeys as well. But what I would like to do is go back to the original area. I've got all these armor trims now, and I'll take all these back with me because I've got a storage area set up for all the armor trims back over at Sapphire Industries. I will need 2 new item frames because there are 2 new armor trims now. What I've come with the trial chamber, which are which one's that? The flow and the bolt. I think I've only got one of these actually. Don't think I've got the bolt one. I'm not putting it over here, have I? No. So it looks like I've only got one of those. So I need to try and get that. Make use of the Elytra we've got at the moment, and because I've now got my Elytra, I can go and grab some of the Elytra I've got back from the previous part of the world. What has got on it mending and unbreaking. So I think we're going to go and do that. I'm not going to start using the netherite tools until I've managed to get netherite in this part of the world. Just trying to keep some elements of challenge going for this world as well. So I think the next time at some point we will try and get some netherite to complete that challenge. Oh, hello. What are you doing down there? Not your area, this. So this is the pathway which leads back to my original area, which we started a few episodes ago. In between episodes, I have been coming through and adding more and more soul sand, making these a little bit higher for when the tunnel eventually does get created. And I think I have got all this pathway in place now, just so I can come through here. Can I fly down this? I can. So like, yeah, I keep going all the way now. I've got a 3 wide pathway. And here we are. But the idea is these tunnels will be wide enough, and with the carpets they become unspawnable, so you can just fly down them. That's was my intention anyway. I need to get a lot of carpet now to get these done. Here we go. So if I put 2 item frames up here now for the 2 new ones, 2 signs on it. Make those 2 both white. Now it's just a case of going down. Flow. There's flow. I can pop up there, and that can then go like so. And that's Vex. Now Vex is the Woodland Mansion one. Coast. I think we've got a coast because that's the coast. We've got coast one. I is that is the ancient city one. Have we got? We've got I. We've got I. Shaper. That is the last of the trail rune ones we've got. And then I've got Razor and Wayfinder. So they're all the armor trims. So what we're still missing, there is Rib. Have I not got Rib? I thought I got Rib. I think I've got Rib. I might have left that back over there. Jungle Temple. Another one in the Ancient City. We've got the Ward. And the Silence. We've got those to find as well. We've still got another Ancient City to check back at home. We can go and do that. End City, not found that one yet. And we've got one more in the trial chamber to find. I'm going to pop all these into here. And with that done, I'd like to head over to my initial starting home. Let's do a squeak of a witch. Oh, back where it all started. Over 2 years ago now. So we built this home. But in here, my original wings, my original chest of contents. If I can take firework rockets, we'll take that. I suppose technically I could have access now to all my iron as well. I'll take them back with me. They're on the wall. They're my season 2 wings. I'll put them into there. But what I can now do, whilst we're over here, I've got any blocks over here that are usable. Actually, I've just realised I've got some armour here I could potentially use. I've got another full set of armour there made up. But I've got a mending helmet there. We'll take that one. This is also if I found in the past. So there's nothing particularly exciting there, but I will take that helmet. I was wondering if I had any redstone down there. I have a couple of pieces there. Oh, got some more there as well. Right. I can now make, to start off with, a load of Lodestones. I can make myself a couple of compasses to start off with, but we can now start putting some Lodestones down in some of these bases. So if I put one here, and I put a compass on it, I've got an anvil in here. I have. I can now rename that Season 1 Starter Home. And I've not got a spare end chest. We're going to get a shulker box. Start collecting these all up, because I do have one already to my Dark Woodland home. So let's go place a few of these down around here. Ooh. Here's a central railway station. I'll put one down in the corner here. I don't have an anvil here. I'll have one down in the storage area. So that is now our central railway station. I'll call you the central railway station. So we'll start putting these into a sugar box now. And then what we can start doing, in fact what I'll do on there as well, I'll just chuck the others in here as well. And we'll build up a collection as we go forward. So I could do some in the end as well. But we dropped off the armor trims, we picked up our enchanted Elytra, so that's one less issue for us to worry about. We started setting our low compass up, that's fine. So, now we're going to return to what the plan of today's episode is, and that is to go and clear out that space where our windmill is, get some of those mobs in there as well. In fact, while I'm here, that's the main nether hub, the yellow corridor. Let us head home, follow the path back, and we'll go make a start on that. So I will see you back at home shortly. I'll take out all those trees. Right, here we go. I've cleared the trees out. I took the time to get that all cleared up, and I've leveled all the ground off as well, so everything's raised up to this sort of height we've been working at around this area anyway. So that's all done. I've also combined my helmets as well to chuck the engine on there as well, and I fixed up my bow, and it's... where's my bow? I put it in here. I have, and I added a few of the infinity bows down there. So invested some time, and I've got some backup bows, but they need to get put away. We'll do that later. So, this is the pathway, not fully decorated up, coming down through the forest, what goes up to the farm fields, and that comes out to here. I do have the wooden trim all the way around here. Why have you not despawned? Let's go to view. So I've got this wooden trim in here, and I've not cut it around the other side. So this side it goes to sort of behind the back of the windmill over there, and then it stops at that point. However, here it does go all the way on, and it goes quite a bit around there, which I think I might keep. Ooh, bridge in the distance, lovely. So with that there, I might just leave that in there as well, and I've just have the foliage at the edge of the ground on that side. And this pathway here, I might just change that slightly and have it coming round up to the water, and follow this water's edge around over to the windmill over there. So let's pop into free camp and go over here. I can see the pathway is right up to the edge of the wood. We'll do the same over here. So with this going to be coming in this way, so let's just get this pathway put in place here, like so. I'm not going to take it that way, but what I will do now is come over here and connect it up with this path here. Right, we're at the initial pathway, what takes us all the way over to our windmill. So, there will be some other pathways by the way as well, I just need to work out where they're going to go. So there's two new variants for the cows, the pigs and the chickens. So with the existing variants, that's 9 in total and 1 for sheep. So I'll get a pen for each animal down here. And they don't need to be massive pens. And I suppose they don't all need to be together. So you don't need all the cows together, or the sheep together, or the pigs together and so forth. We can sort of mix them in. So, let's just start off with... I've got stone brick walls. I'm going to mix them in with some mossy stone brick and maybe some cobble walls or something like that, just to sort of mix them up. So we'll just start off with a gate there, and then we'll bring this back around here, and we'll put a few torches around here just to light it up. I think we'll get some lanterns down here. In fact, I'll leave the torch off altogether. We'll get the lanterns in. We won't bother wasting our time with the torches. Hovering above the wall. There we go. Right. So we've got one there. We'll put another one here. We've got 2 pens. Excellent. So what I'm going to do now, I'm kind of wondering, do I want to start making these a bit bigger? Because I've got a lot of space back here. Now some pens will be bigger than others, I would imagine. So let's try and make a bigger pen. Okay. So that's a slightly larger pen. And I've run out of stone brick. That was 2 stacks of stone brick. Just gone through like that. I think I'm going to go and start spacing some out now. I'll cut away here and get some more stone brick and some walls, and I'll sort of space them out because I do want some fields in between as well, and the fields don't need to be cut off, they can be open. How much more stone brick have I got down here? Not a lot, surprisingly. Oh, stone there as well. Right, so I'm going to cut away, get the rest of these put up, spaced out. Maybe alter some of the sizes, and then we'll see where we are after that. So I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, here we are. After a little bit of playing around, we have got ourselves with 3 cameras on? Yes. 10 animal pens. We've got 2 there, 2 there, another 3 and another 3. I've kept a bit away from the windmill 3, so I've got some spots around the edge here. We can sort of plant some random crops. A little bit of section there for some crops, 1 there. The netherrack had sort of outlined some other pathways. So I'll have 1 from, I would assume possibly from there, going around the edge to the 2 gates there. I'll sort of modify the gates to sort of fit where the paths were going to go. Go to there, pathway to come around this way. So like it creates that spot there, connect up that road there, and then this will actually continue over there as well. I'll probably bring it over to the path to the edge here. Maybe have a little dock this side of the island over here, because we've got a little step down by the windmill entrance. And there's nothing stopping us bringing a path over this way as well. Again, having a little step down here as well, so connecting that up there as well. So, I think that is all good. I think I am happy with that. I did actually manage to capture 1 sheep as I went along. Or they chose at that pen at least. I need to texture these all up. So, I think now, next step for me is to get all the pathways in. And then, because these pathways around the edges are all the path block. Likewise over here as well. I think as the pathways go off, I'll start off with the pathway block and I'll come in. No, I won't actually. I think instead of having doing the pathway block, I might just fill it with coarse dirt, and I think I've used spruce slabs in the past, and then we'll do it that way, and then put like a bit of moss at the edge and stuff like that to do that all together. So I'm going to get the pathways in next, and then they'll be in place. I need to go over to the tree farm as well, because we're going to need some mangrove leaves for the edge of around here. I'm not sure whether I'm going to take some of this wood up or not around here, but obviously all down this side is going to need some edges, apart from where the drops are going to be for stops. So I'll go into the path, I'll get some leaf blocks. So I'll go and get all that stuff and get that bit sorted. So it's just a case of now. I think I'll go 3 wide, 2 or 3. Actually, this is 2 wide, isn't it? Yeah, I think I'll stick to 2 wide then. I think it'll look a bit odd if this is all 2 wide and then go in there and that's 3 wide. That's fine. I'll go and get that done. So I'll get that sorted. I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, doke, we've now got in all the paths. I've also textured up all of the walls around the pens. Mixture of tuft, stone, and the site, and obviously the stone brick, which I did initially anyway. Paths, a mixture of coarse dirt, spruce slabs, and then I've chucked in some moss around the edge. Need some more decor around here, some more leaves and things like that, just to add it up to it. Gone around the edge, and I started to put in a layer of the mangrove leaves all the way around the edge, mixed it with a few bits of sugarcane to vary it up. I might take some of these down and put like some of the mangrove leaves over the top of the sugarcane, just to mix it all up. But it's just a starting point to where I'm at the moment for that. Also got in like steps down here as well. So you could just take out a couple of gaps here, so you can get straight to the water's edge, but there's no sort of like little docking area as well. Oh, I'm missing a block there. Let's get that replaced. And I've also got some of the normal animals in here. So a sheep was already on the island anyway, got that trapped in a pen, and I got another one from over there. Likewise, same with the cows and the pigs, and the chickens been laying eggs, and I've had a big success with some of the hatching here as well. I've got another couple of chickens there. So I've got the normal animals here, the standard variants. So I'm going to finish off the decor here, but I thought I'm going to go for a little trip now. I've probably got a bed somewhere with me. If I go this way, there's a jungle area over here. I wonder if, as that's a warm biome, whether any of the warm mobs will have spawned in there. The warm variants of the cows, pigs and chickens. Someone said I don't think they do, and it's quite possible that they don't. So I don't recall ever seen any of them over here anyway. It's worth having a quick check before we go off further afield. I can't see any sight of them. So I think it's a case of we're going to grab a map. Fly straight into the house. Let's go to the map room and pick some maps up. I've got 2 maps in a bed. I think we'll fly over. Have the maps with us as well, because we can fill in some of the maps as we go along, and as soon as we get some of the variants we can bring them back and fill up our pens. So we've got 2 cows, 2 pigs, 2 chicken, and that'll be all the variants, and at least then we can start maybe breeding them up a bit as we finish decorating off the rest of the island. So let's fly over there. And there we go, we have all the animals here now, all in their pens. Let's quickly go around and start breeding these up, just to increase their numbers. And we got some of the different coloured eggs as well, actually. Brown egg. There's the other chicken over here. Do they have any of their eggs in there? There are some eggs over there. And these are blue eggs. So that's a nice touch, different coloured eggs for the different types of chicken. Go on, you can have some as well. But yeah, we've got all animals in now. That's first step. And where this video is starting to run on in length, time-wise, but I think what I need to do now is to finish off the decor on this land. So we were talking about putting some hedgerows in around the edges of some of these pathways, using some of the new blocks, the bushes, and like the firefly bushes as well down here as well. And then in some of these other spaces around it, adding in some farm patches like of the wheat and carrots and so forth, things we can use for harvesting and feeding the animals around here as well. So we've got all these different spaces here, not fully, and I think a few trees as well, just to add into the area, just to sort of complete it off. But I'm going to cut away and do that, and then we're going to come back, wrap this episode up, and then we've got our little farming area all complete. So I shall see you shortly. Right, we're all done, everything's decorated up, the animals have been slowly getting bred, there's not a lot in there yet, we'll keep doing them breeding as we go forward, and let's go and have a look at what we've got. And this is it, I've got a mixture of trees in there, I've got some dark oak, I've got some of the cherry, and I've got some of the taller oak trees into it, just cut off the path. A mixture of the different bushes, got the far bush in here, got the normal bush as well somewhere, where is the normal bush? There, and I've also got some of the berry bush as well around here. I've not got any flowers down here because I thought I'd keep the flowers away from this particular area because it's more like farmland and things like that, so none of that in there. We've got hedgerows all around the edge here, just to give it a bit more additional edging around the paths and around the fields for the different crops. So we've got a couple of wheat fields over there, got potatoes over there, carrots, and I've got another wheat field down here. But yeah, it's all done and it looks very, very nice. Over this hedge, I've added a bit of height and thickness variation, and some of it goes down into the water as well. One block I forgot to add in, I did plan to do it, and I totally forgot again to do it, was add some of the mangrove roots around the edges, so I'll go back and do that later, just to add it in. We've got a bit of height variation around here now, a little bit of thickness as well, that comes into the water as well. And I might come back as well, add some different leaves in here. These are all mangrove leaves, but I might come in and add some different leaves as well, just to vary it up a bit as well. But at the moment, it does its job and it does it well, so I'm happy with that. And all the torches have gone. There's no torches over in this part of this area. It's all with lanterns. So I've got like poles with lanterns on around the edge of the pathways, and also some lanterns on some of the fields as well, or the animal pens. Actually, yes, some in the fields as well. Just simply put on a pole, just to provide some illumination. And as far as I'm aware, I've worked through a couple of nights doing this as well. I haven't seen a single mob over, well, I've seen come from the forest, but over in this part, I haven't seen any mobs generating at all. But that is where I'm going to wrap this one up here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, consider subscribing if you haven't done already, ring the bell to notify of future content, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.